It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rectorwell along with Scooter. Whoop whoop. Callies. How you been, Slacker?
Slacker, I know. I've been traveling the world, it seems like.
Well, Arkansas is a big place, but it ain't the world.
No, but it's coming. I got to go all the way up to Fargo.
You're prepping for the big trip.
Yes. Now, we went down to Little Rock. We went to Pat Smith, the training facility down there. I think Arkansas Wrestling Academy is what they call it. Mm-hmm. And had a few days of very intense training.
You just this side of habeas corpus.
There you go.
This will be a shameless plug. Scooter has no idea that I'm going to do this, but it's not too late to help those two kids go on to Fargo. If you can help in any way monetarily, please do so. Give Scooter a call at
870-404-5981. I know neither one of them quite to their goal yet, so they could use some help.
Yeah, so that means that Mom and Dad are having to dip into Hip National Bank to make this thing happen.
Yeah.
And if you have the means to pitch them out, I don't care if it's $20, $50, $100, $1,000, all of it could be used and will be spent accordingly.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty much already spent. We just got to go do it now.
Yeah. Get some of it reimbursed would be awfully nice.
Everything's booked and done. So.
One thing I will tell you is these two young student athletes that are going, Austin Callies for one, this will be his second trip there. Amelia Fraunfelter's, it's her first trip. You could not ask for two better student athletes to represent you, your company, the city that you live in the state of Arkansas. Mountain Home needs to be proud of those two for their accomplishments and what they've done and what they will continue to do throughout this Fargo tournament and next year's wrestling season. With that said, we need to get on with business at hand, and that is going to the Lord in a word of prayer. Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas brings you the morning prayer each morning. With all our respect, is not only how they do business, but it's how they will treat you, and that's their motto and the way they do things. Renata Jenkins Byler and her staff all across the state of Arkansas, with 29 locations to serve you, one in Memphis, Tennessee. They will treat you the way you need to be treated in your time of need. And now let's go to the Lord, in a word of prayer. Father God, we just thank you for everything that you do for us and how you allow us to live. We have the freedom to make choices, and one of those choices need to be a follower and a child of you. Lord, we pray in advance for travel mercies for the contingency that's going to Fargo for this wrestling tournament. And Lord, we just pray that you will be with all the families that are traveling back to our area and traveling back home from our area as summer is, I'd say, at least the midway point at this time. They're coming in and going out from now until the time school starts. We just pray that you'll send your traveling angels along with them to keep them safe. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen. Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, 29 locations serve you all across the state of Arkansas, one in Memphis, Tennessee. And this has been the morning prayer. Now we're going to get a quick clip from the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zdora.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
Well, I don't know how I managed to do this, Scooter, but I did. I missed Miss Linda Zadora's birthday yesterday.
Uh-oh.
So
We're both in trouble.
I am sorry, but happy birthday, a day late.
Happy birthday!
Doesn't mean it's any less important. We wish you a very happy birthday. Make Bob take you out for dinner tonight. That'll make up for it. The Z Team.
He's offered to do. Yeah,
he has offered?
Yeah, he's going to do something special for her to make it up for us.
You lying dirtbag. Way to try to cover. Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z Team of Century 21 Realty here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. 870-405-0793 is their phone number. RetiredArkansas.net is their website. These are truly realtors you would recommend to a friend. I always say they're busy, but never too busy to meet someone new and to help them with their real estate needs. They provide us with a shot of the White River each morning, and there it is. What a shot that is. Boy, that's crisp.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good-looking shot. What you're looking at is Baxter County from the Marion County side of the White River. The baseball field, Contractor Trust, the Railroad Museum. Over to your left, down on the water level, is the Rainbow Bridge. And at 1 o'clock, it's way off in the distance, is the old Witch's Hat water tower that used to service the city of Cotter. Can you go to that other click? This is my favorite. There's a little smoke on the water this morning, but that generally tells you that this is a live shot, that you can see the running water. It's a tough job, but we're glad Bob and Linda get to do it, you know.
It's tough. Got to get up every morning.
Sit there every morning, watch the fog roll off the river, hear the boats climbing up the stream. It's got to be. They must have to take Xanax every morning just to relax to be able to watch that. Bob and Linda Zdora, 870-405-0793 is the number to call. retiredarkansas.net is the website. You can watch these views all day long if you want to. Go to their website. Click on the live views, and it'll scroll through, what is there, 5 or 6 different?
There's more than that. There's like 10 or so.
About 10 different views that you can check out on that website. But if you're looking for a home, a farm, or a piece of commercial property, or just a lot or two here in the Ozarks in our area, this is God's country. Give them a call. Again, their number is 870-405-0793. Check that bird flying up. Pretty cool. Now let's take a look at the weather. Temperatures around the area: Mountain Home is 71, Harrison is 68, Batesville 77, Yellville 73, Marshall 72, Salem is 67, Mountain View, Arkansas 72, Calico Rock 71, West Plains, Missouri 67, Springfield, Missouri 65, Poplar Bluff, Missouri 69, St. Louis, Missouri is 61. A little bit chillier up there, Scooter. I'm going to pan out on this, take a look at the whole U.S. of A. A little bit of stuff in Alabama, way down south of New Orleans. Thank goodness that heavy-duty stuff isn't headed our direction, but it would be nice to get a little something, wouldn't it?
It would be. We need a little bit of rain.
Just a little dust settler would be nice. I'll go back in here to the state of Arkansas, bring that full screen, and what we're looking at here over the next 4 or 5 hours is dry.
Dry. Well, they got a little bit blops over here east of us.
Scooter, what we have here is dry.
Yeah, I know.
I don't care how you slice it, we're dry.
I know.
Severe warnings, looks like a heat advisory for the southern part of the state, 2/3 of the state of Texas, over half of the state of Mississippi, and it's just going to be hot and dry. What's it look like up where you're going? Looks pretty clear.
Looks clear. It's probably hot. No, it's hot everywhere else.
Forecast looks like this today: sunny, high of 92. Make sure we're on the right day. Did you refresh this?
Yes, I did.
You the man. Welcome back. Today, high of 92. Tonight, clear, low of 67. Tomorrow, back up to 95. Tomorrow night, clear, low of 69. Friday, 96, mostly sunny, partly cloudy Friday night, 72. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 94. Saturday night, low of 72, slight chance of storms. I think they throw that in there every 3 or 4 days just to give people hope. 40% chance of storms on Sunday. Sunday's going to be high of 91, cooled off just a little bit. Monday, going to be up around 95, and Tuesday by 96. Pollen count. Tree pollen, none today, none tomorrow, none on Friday. Tune in tomorrow, it's subject to change. Grass pollen today, high, tomorrow high, and Friday on high. Ragweed, low today, none tomorrow, none on Friday. Lake Norfolk, generating 1 at this time, with a lake level of 564.05, which is 12.05 feet above full pool, which is 552. Bull Shoals continues to generate 8 with a lake level of 575.85, which is 16.85 above full pool, of 659. If you want to check those generation report on your own, 870-431-5311 is the number. Give them a call. Generally, they update it every morning. Sometimes they lax a little bit and let that run on. So that is the weather and all the updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z Team of Century 21 Realtors here in Mountain Home. 870-405-0793. RetiredToArkansas.net is their website. Check them out. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family.
Yeah, that was quick.
That was quick.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're glad you've joined us this morning. It's time for the Mountain Home City Council elections. Paige Evans is going to run for re-election for her position. She has announced her intention. She wanting to keep her seat in Ward 3, Position 1. She currently serves on the Parks and Recreation, Street Personnel, and Water and Sewer Committees. Mountain Home is a dear place in her heart, and she wants you to vote for her on November the 8th. The Gridiron Club is gearing up for their annual steak dinner and auction. This year, they're getting us out of the heat. They're bringing it to the shed. It'll be inside with the air conditioning, and tickets are available. I have some. If you want to give me a call, 870-404-2438. I'll be glad to help you out to get some tickets. If you want to sponsor a corporate table, corporate tables are $250. That will get you 8 seats at a table. You can sit with your friends and loved ones at that point. If you buy just general tickets, you sit wherever you can find a seat. There is a VIP table available at $350 for 8 people. And those tables, what that VIP gets you is a pre-dinner auction views, some buy it now stuff if you want to purchase things right away before they go to live auction, and happy hour and hors d'oeuvres, Scooter.
All right. Happy hour and hors d'oeuvres.
Couple of drinks before you get there, help you loosen up a little bit, be able to reach into your wallet a little bit deeper. And I knew there was a method for that madness. My problem is just the opposite. If I have a few drinks, my wallet gets lost. It just doesn't come out of my pants, which is a very good thing. So the Gridiron Club, the steak dinner and auction will be held August the 6th at the shed. And the football players will be coming around gathering up auction items from different businesses in town. If you have an item that you would like to donate or two, give me a call, 870-404-2438. I almost gave Bob's number out again. I do that quite
Go
frequently.
ahead, give it out.
I do that quite frequently. So
He'll know where to send anyway, so.
the other thing I'd like to throw out one more time is the Twin Lakes Retired Police Scholarship Fund is having their fundraiser, and you can get a chance to win a 2-day houseboat trip courtesy of Bull Shoals Lake Boat Dock, a second prize of a $300 auto or boat detail by A Plus Auto and Marine Detail, or the third prize is America the Beautiful 5-ounce uncirculated silver coin. Those tickets are still available by getting a hold of Bob Zdora at 870-405-5407. Give Bob a call. They're going to do that drawing on Friday of this week to see who gets those 3 great prizes. And with that, we're going to wrap it up.
I will mention this just so people know.
We're not going to wrap it up.
This from Marion County. I got a thing. The jury service for Monday, July 18th, has been canceled. So if you're on jury duty for both white and blue panels, no need to attend. The next time to report will be Monday, August 29th.
Darn the bad luck.
I know.
Have you ever served?
Throw it out there. I have not. And now that I said that,
you probably will.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up.
That's Scooter Colley's. The morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a minute.
Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning our guests are Carrie Olson, who is a Arkansas State Certified Appraiser.
Mm-hmm.
And you are a contract appraiser for the city of Baxter, the county of Baxter.
Yes, sir.
And we have Jayme Nicholson with us. How are you?
Hey, I'm great.
And Mr. Bob Z.
Yes, sir.
And why are you here?
Real estate.
Moral support.
Moral support.
There you go.
I love that.
So this appraisal thing, does it come every year?
Every 5 years.
Every 5 years. So you.
Right now, it'll be moving to 3 years after this one.
Why?
It depends on the growth in the county. If it's a 20% growth within the reappraisal cycle, then we go to a 3 year. So this year we're going to a 3 year.
Yep.
And they'll reappraise every parcel in the county?
Yes.
In 3 years.
How many parcels is that?
Close to 40,000.
Wow. And they'll do, what time frame does that happen in?
Well, the first 2 years of the 3 year reappraisal cycle, the guys do all the field work and the data entry. And then the last year is for the valuation of the property and the mailing of the notices, which is where we're at right now. So.
And that causes lots of extra work for your bunch too.
Oh yeah. We're all set. No vacations, no anything for the next few weeks because the notices are going out the 15th of July. So.
And then the phone starts ringing saying, why did my taxes go up?
And lots of questions, and we'll have a lot of over 65 people calling saying, my taxes shouldn't go up. Well, they won't unless, because they're frozen. Even though their value, their full appraised value will go up, that doesn't mean that their taxable value will go up because they're frozen.
So the dollar amount they come out of pocket remains, but the value of their property continues to grow.
The only way that it'll raise is either if we have a millage increase or they've added something to their house. New construction over probably about 5,000 in it.
Yes.
Wow. So
I'm just below that, so it's okay.
Just below that.
Yeah,
Bob's at
490, that 4850. I think.
There you go. All that stuff he told you.
Yeah, no, I'm fluffing.
Blowing smoke.
Fluffing, that's right.
A little fluff. Once those notices get out to the citizens of Baxter County, is there any rebuttal at all, or is it, this is what you owe and that's it?
Oh no. If they think that it's incorrect, they need to give us a call and we will look over the property with them. They can come in or we can just do it over the phone, and we'll look over it with them. And if there may be something that we don't know about that is deteriorated that we don't know about that we need to go visit, or maybe we got a extra
second
floor,
basements. They're hard to tell square footage on sometimes. So.
And so no, they can call us and we'll talk to them about it. We want to get it right.
Bob, this is going on throughout the state. Marion's doing it, Stone. Anybody who's watching this show in Arkansas, they're all getting done at this time.
Well, not exactly.
Maybe that'll be
Everyone's on
reassessed,
different cycles.
but the bills will be coming.
Yeah, right.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, you're right. On the notices, yeah, because every year we do new construction notices, whether it's our reappraisal year or not, because if there's new construction added, we have to send out a notice of change if it increases.
What's considered new construction?
$5,000 or above on regular years. Now on reappraisal year, if it goes up any at all, we send a notice on it. So,
okay. What's considered a permanent structure?
By the state's guidelines, anything that is attached to the property, and that includes outbuildings, as of a few years ago. Outbuildings, billboards, and towers, of course. And
so the old adage is, if I build a shed at my place, as long as I don't have it on a concrete slab, that's gone?
That's gone.
If you have it on your place, it's permanent structure and it's getting assessed.
Yes.
Well, don't that just stink?
Yeah. And they have auditors that come around and check us even to make sure that we're getting everything picked up and on the card that we should. So,
if you have an old building that is not got a whole lot of value, we can flat it. But if you have something on a property that you don't want to say, you need to demolish it or move it off.
Yeah.
And I guess it goes by the age of that outbuilding. So if you have an old, here we go, Scooter, you ready?
Yeah.
If we have an old chicken coop that we've replaced with a new chicken coop, that could change your property value.
Yes.
Go see Scooter.
Unless it's for your $5,000
business here, trying to help out.
I don't do chickens.
No. Most of the time, that would just be listed on the card just to cover us with a zero value, but it does have to be listed on the card.
How has the real estate market in our area, how is that going to affect the property values that people are going to see on their cards?
When we do the valuation, we use 2 years worth of sales on residential property and 3 years on commercial property. So, and I think Bob can attest to how it's been moving lately.
Yeah, and I think everybody realizes how the real estate market has moved ahead over the past several years. So I'm sure that there'll be
especially
some,
in the last.
Yeah, I mean,
If you look at
during the cycle that we're talking about here, it's really taken off. So it's probably good that we're going into it, Baxter's going into a 3-year cycle, because
we
if
want it
there's
to
a
adjust
correction,
again.
if there's a correction over the next couple of years, that'll be reflected the next time bills come out. I've been on the equalization board, and when you're on that 5-year thing, and then when we hit the recession in 08, 09, people were still getting charged for stuff that was going on, in 05, 06.
When it was in the bubble.
So by going into a 3-year cycle, it's going to help quite a bit the people of the
Versus
town.
the 5-year cycle.
Right.
And the other thing is if after we talk to them, if they call us and they have a question and they're still not satisfied, then we will tell them that they can make an appointment with the equalization board, and then they can present their case to them, and then
Who
see
makes
what
up that
happens.
equalization board?
Oh, we have how
5
many is it?
members of the
5 or 6,
community, yeah.
How do they get there?
The
Quorum
judge,
court,
The
the
judge,
judge, the schools,
the cities.
the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all have appointed.
They can appoint.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a broad range, supposedly
Yeah.
a broad range of citizens of the county.
And we like for it to be, say, we might have a realtor or two, or an appraiser,
Banker.
I'm sorry,
We've had a banker.
a banker. We like to have a wide variety of
Backgrounds.
business backgrounds. It really helps. We got a lot of expertise in there that have been in the community and know how the market is.
So Jim Bob moves here from southern Missouri and he pays X for his home. In the last 2 years, it's gone, doop, boop, 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 boop. It's climbed. He's going to get hit for a couple of years of some higher property value things, but through this cycle of appraisal, that should self-adjust. Is that the game plan? I mean, that's the way it's designed to happen.
When somebody purchases the property, it goes to the full value, the full assessed value, without any caps on the property. So if the previous owner was over 65 or had any allowances, those will be removed, and that's state law. They passed that in 2005. But then after that, if we go through the reappraisal and the property value jumps up, say $30,000, then if you're homesteaded, so make sure and fill out your homestead forms if you haven't. If you're homesteaded, it only goes up 5%. If you're non-homesteaded, it'll go up 10%. Commercial properties will go up 10%.
Let's talk about that homestead thing here in just a little bit. Scooter, we'll take a break a little bit early and we'll come back and talk about homestead. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. Carrie, Olson, and Jayme Nicholson. We're talking about reappraisal.
Be right back.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
At Serendipity Bliss, we love turning your day into a once-in-a-lifetime memory by offering unique, beautiful, and specialized event and wedding rentals that can transform any atmosphere into something you will never forget. Whether it's your dream wedding, a golden anniversary, sweet 16 party, or a company event, we can make any event blissfully perfect. Serendipity Bliss carries unique specialty gifts and bridal jewelry and helps coordinate decor, table items, theme-related pieces, and more. Make your day blissfully perfect with Serendipity Bliss, located behind Car Care Mountain Home.
Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville, close to Lake Norfolk.
Things going on.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Carrie, Olson, and Jayme Nicholson. We're talking about assessing. When does that have to be done? When does the personal property have to be assessed?
Okay, personal property is between January 1st and May 31st. And you can assess all year long, but after May 31st, you get a 10% penalty, and that's by state law.
And doing it online has made y'all's life a lot easier.
Oh, a lot. More and more people are using it online.
And how can they do that online?
They go to BaxterCountyAssessor.com, and it's got a little tab, and it says assess, and you can assess personal property and business personal property online.
You know, that's an awesome asset to have, and the ability to do that makes it a lot easier for people not have to pay that penalty because, oops, I forgot.
Just the convenience. They're just paying it. Use my credit card. I'm done with it. Next. Just move on.
Well, we don't take money in the assessor's office.
Yeah, but you can also pay your tax on that too.
You can.
Up to a certain point, then they shut that off. But let's talk about the homestead exemption rules and how that works and who's affected by that.
When someone buys a home or it's transferred into your name for any reason, or something goes into a trust, our office, as soon as we transfer the deed, because we will send out a new homestead credit application. If it's a sale, it's a sales validation homestead application. And if it's their primary residence, they can apply for the homestead. But we also ask questions on there that we use in our reappraisal on the sales validation homestead application. And that helps us because we need those sales validated. We ask the question, how much did you pay for your house? Was there anything included with that sale? Was there a boat or anything like that? We validate that sale so that we can use it in our reappraisal. We know how much they paid because of the stamps, the revenue stamps that they place on them, but we have to confirm that. The state makes us confirm that. So we really work hard getting those back. If we don't hear from them, we try to get back and we try to call them and excuse me. I'm so sorry. But we try to call them and make sure those get in.
Back in the 80s, people would buy more revenue stamps than what they paid for their home.
You can't do that.
Throw things off. You're looking at me like I'm crazy, Bob.
They did.
It's
they
a fact.
Sure did.
Really?
Because they wanted people to think their home was worth more than what it really was. So they would buy additional revenue stamps to put on the closing deeds.
So when it go into the paper, it would.
Yes.
Okay.
It would show the deed. Well, back then they didn't put them in the paper. No. But when you went to do a title search and check things out, it was, he paid X because of the revenue stamps. Well, the reality was, Billy Bob just bought those extra stamps to make things look better than what they really were.
Drive the price up.
A little bit crazy.
Now they have the verification letter that has to be filed with the deed or the form on each one that you sign and say that's
you
how
attest.
much you,
It's an affidavit.
Yes, yeah.
With this, I don't know, what do you call that? Where you get to a certain age and it freezes? Is there a term for that? What is?
It's the over 65 freeze.
The silver hair freeze?
I'm getting close and I'd like to have it. I wish I had it this year.
I was going to say, this would have been a good year to get it.
You're not near as close as I am. How does that work if grandma sells her home and the person that buys it is not 65, how does it work for that person?
Either way, that goes to the full value, and they'll pay on the full value without any of the caps or freezes on the property.
And at that point, if the purchaser is 65, it freezes at the new level?
Yes, sir.
And then if that, in the next 3-year cycle, that value comes down, it refreezes at the lower level?
At the lower level, yes.
And then we'll stay there. The next system, it goes back up?
It'll still stay at that lower level. Yes, they'll be frozen at the lower level.
Unless there's a sale?
Or if there's a millage increase or new construction to the property.
Correct, yes.
Yes.
But if the property stays
frozen.
100% the same, it's froze, unless it sells, and then it goes to the new appraisal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jayme, you were talking off camera about the 3 different appraisals. There's the full value appraisal, the taxable appraisal, and then what?
The assessed value.
The assessed
Full value is what we've appraised it. The market has what the market has given us by all the sales, and then the assessed value is 20% of that full appraised value, which is what our state law is we are taxed on the
assessment
20% assessment 20% assessment level, and then the effective value or taxable value is what you actually pay on. And so say your appraisal goes up this year. We're going to talk about taxable value. So your appraisal goes up this year to in your full value to maybe say it's not going to, but say $100,000. You're only going to be taxed on 20% of that. But if you are not at that level, it will only increase 5%. We have 5% caps on homestead, 10% on non-homesteaded. So you will you won't have to pay on that full amount. It'll just go up a little bit every year until you reach that full value. So that's the taxable value. And if you're frozen, the taxable value won't go up, even though your appraised value goes up. Your taxable value will not go up. That's how they create the tax bill in the collector's office.
Let's get off of real estate for just a moment and let's go to personal property assessment. I know there was some question about automobile
cars.
Vehicles.
Yes. Why did I get hung up on that? Vehicle values have gone crazy over the last 18 months, 2 years max, almost like the homes.
It's been nuts.
How has that been adjusted, or have y'all come up with a plan? Has the state come up with a plan on how to keep people from getting gouged hard for something that really is depreciating in value, but now all of a sudden it's worth way more?
Well, the legislation thought it was a good idea this year to mess with my office. It was pretty stressful what they did, and we could have done it easier if they'd talked to us about it, but they wanted us to go back to 2020 values on vehicles, which there's a lot of questions on that, but we had to have new software created to be able to do that, because we had been assessing all year, and this didn't happen until like 4 or 5 months into it, and so we did. They took it back to 2020 values on any vehicle that was a 2021 or older. So if it's a new vehicle, that didn't affect it, because that's market. I hope this doesn't ever happen again. But it'll save people a few dollars. It's not a huge amount, but it'll save them a few dollars.
But it's a lot of confusion.
It is a lot of confusion.
And in the state of Arkansas, you pay personal property tax on everything with wheels, or is it more than that?
Boats, motors, trailers, ATVs.
What about your furniture?
No, not anymore. Used
Not
to.
anymore. Used to.
Really?
We still have older people come in and say, I got 4 rooms of furniture.
I got rid of that old recliner that I slept in half
I
the
got 2
time.
lawn chairs in
Thank
there. That's
goodness
all.
we don't have to do
Business
that
personal,
anymore.
Don't they still do?
Now,
but-
business personal,
Yeah.
yes, it is furniture and fixtures and inventory and
But generally now, it's just anything with wheels or a motor.
and something you license most of the time.
Something that has to have a tag on it.
If you use it in your in like it on a business, like if you use a tractor or mowers and things like that, you would do that in a business. Whereas if it was your personal, you wouldn't do mowers, your lawnmower or anything. But if you use it in a business, you have to.
Remarkable.
All kinds of information.
We do a lot of stuff in the assessor's office.
A lot of stuff.
For someone new that's just moved here, where is the assessor's office and how can they do all their assessment
Okay,
other than online?
we are located at 6 East 7th Street, downtown, right across the street from the courthouse. The collector's office is right beside me. And they can either come by. If they're new in town, they need to come by because we have to have a signature the first time they assess. And if you've already assessed, then you can call us and we can do it on the phone, unless you've got a new vehicle or something, and then you at least have to text or email us a copy of your bill of sale. And
What's the purpose of that?
Well, we have to have the VIN numbers, and we have to have the date of sale, and that the revenue office needs that
Okay.
because that'll determine your sales tax.
Yeah, 'cause if it's a new vehicle, you can't get your license plates until you get that done.
Yeah.
But we've made it easy. COVID helped us make it easy because we had to shut our doors at one time because we had like 3 or 4 people out with COVID, and it's hard to run our office with that few people. And so I bought a cell phone for our office so that we can have things text to us. They can just snap a picture of the bill of sales and send them to us, and give us a call, say, hey, I sent this, and don't ask me the phone number right now because I've forgotten it. I don't use it very often.
Keep talking. I actually have that number.
Oh, do you? And but anyway, you can text it to us or email it, scan and email it. We just try to make it as easy as possible because we know everybody's life is as busy as our life is, and we just want to make it easy for you.
That cell phone number is 870-405-8559.
Yep.
Yep.
By golly. It's one of them fleeting thoughts. I'm having a lot of those this morning. The importance of assessing is, that's how the county generates their funds.
Right.
So make sure you assess, do everything you need to assess, go over and make sure your taxes are paid, go over and visit the gals over next door. And that's all part of the cycle of getting your license plates, like Bob said, getting your license plates on your vehicle or renewing your license plates annually. This is not the license plate renewal show, but there are some important things that have to happen before you can get that done. You've got to do your assessment, number one. You've got to go over and make sure your taxes are paid. They're going to put the stamp on it. And bring yourself a proof of insurance with you the first time. Go down to the state revenue office and get all that
If we
done.
have time, I have one other thing to mention.
Well,
If you're new in this area, if you're new to Arkansas, before you can get your homestead, you have to have a driver's license in Arkansas, and with your current current address on it. So we have a lot of people that will come and want to go ahead and file that, and we'll say, okay, we want to do this for you, but you have to go get your driver's license. We have to show that you are a resident of Arkansas.
Driver's license, do they have like a state ID? Because like my mom gave up her
Right,
driver's
if you
license.
give it up,
So
yes.
So then but we've got state IDs
Right,
that are good
right,
as well.
right.
The homestead exemption that's offered through the state of Arkansas, that's for your place of residence. That's where you live. So
Primary
you can't live in
residence.
town and have a 500-acre farm south of town.
Right.
Can you either or? Can you take it on the farm or the
It's
home?
supposed to be where you live,
It's
where
where
you
you
reside.
reside.
And you can only have one in Arkansas. And if we get audited on that, so we do a lot of research when someone comes in to file a homestead application. We have different places we can research and make sure, if we know where they moved from, we'll call the other county and make sure that that homestead was taken off in that county when they sold their house, or if they've sold their house. At that point, when you have a home in another county or this county, if you decided, I guess, if you still owned it and you went back and forth, you could probably leave it on that one, but you can't have it in here. You can't have it in both places.
You can't have more than one.
No, but
That's the whole point.
it is where
can't
you
have
reside, though. You at least have to reside there, 50 or 60% of the time.
Yeah, good deal. 7:45, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car! How will we? The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing. But how will we? The closing!
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're
Welcome back to The Morning Show on XL7-TV. Carrie Olson, what is your job and what is your title?
I'm a reappraisal manager, so every county in the state of Arkansas has to have one by statute. When they started the reappraisals in Arkansas back in the 80s, they also said every county needs a reappraisal manager to help out with the duties. The appraisers that come out to the properties, you guys will see them walking around, some will wear their vest and say county appraiser on their vehicles and badge and everything. They come up and bother you and knock on your door and measure your property. I keep all those guys in line. And
So who do you work for?
Total Assessment Solutions. It's a company. We have 36 counties in Arkansas and several, and we do oil and gas and that sort of appraise that in Oklahoma. but I've been with them almost 20 years now.
So are you officed in Jayme's office, or?
No, we have 909 South Street is our office, about 3 blocks, I guess, from Jayme's office. So,
okay. So
we try to stick close.
You're a contractor to the county. Then.
Yes, yes, sir.
And that's bid every reappraisal cycle. They've been ours for
since
a while.
2006.
But we have to have it bid out.
They bid it by parcel. Is that the way it gets bid out?
And maybe you can explain what they do when they come out to your property.
Yes, they try to talk to, if somebody's home, they try to talk to the property owner and ask some questions about bathrooms, floor covering, that sort of thing. But they actually sketch out the exterior of your home, and because the appraisals are done based on the square footage to start with, and then we use recent sales in the area to adjust that price per square foot. So.
But they're not in poking around.
No, they're just
the
exterior.
outside.
So I can see why you said earlier that you may not know about or know about a basement that is there,
right.
or the second story may just have dormers, but there's really no living
right.
area, just a
Just
couple
a
of
fake
windows.
dormer.
Correct, yes. So always double check that and call in if there's any questions at all, and we can send somebody back out if we need to verify everything.
So that's really not a new chicken coop.
Really not.
Just a facade.
There's some pretty nice chicken coops out there.
Yeah, I know somebody's got a pretty nice one.
What's your address?
I'm just here.
So we were talking about the homestead. Maybe you can explain how that works and how much it is.
Okay.
Yeah, there has been a change in the value of that.
There has been a change in the value.
I'm not sure a lot of people know that.
For a long time, the credit was $350, and you don't get a check. We have people say, I didn't get my check, and well, you don't. It takes 300, and now it's $375, and it takes it off the top of your tax bill, off of your real estate tax bill.
Up to $375.
Up to $375.
Okay.
So if you're talking about personal property again, does it ever tax zero? Like, does it ever depreciate enough to just be there?
No, there's always some kind of value. I mean, it might be a taxable value of $100 on $1,000. You might could get salvage for it, but yeah.
So the assessor does their thing. They set all the values and they set the taxed amount. That goes over to the collector's office. At that point, they do the collecting. And this is not your bailiwick, but I'm sure you know the answer. From that point, what happens? The money is collected and then it goes across the street to the county? Does it get sent down to the state, or what happens with that?
It's dispersed to the taxing entities, schools, library, college. Y'all help me. I don't do this every day.
County government.
Right.
How does the
County
state get their
bridges.
fingers into the mix then? I guess is my big question.
Gosh, that's the treasurer's.
That's the
treasurer's question. I don't get into that. I've got enough to take care of.
Well, you just kind of like to know what the flow of how things work. So we've got this assessor handle that goes over to collector, and then is there a deep dark hole that funnels it to Little Rock?
That's it. They set the price for what things are.
Sure.
And send the bills out. The collector collects the money and gives it to the treasurer to disperse to whoever it gets it.
So I guess the question through the assessment side of it is, does a portion of the assessed value go to the state? I guess would be or does it all stay within the county? Carrie's got an answer.
Well, I was going to say, I just know how the 85% or so go to the schools. And I don't know if it's funneled through the state or through just the local. I assume it'd have to go through the state, though, the Department of Education. And
Sure it does. You'd have to
So
make
then it rolls back.
Yeah.
Right.
They take their little taste and then they send it back.
Whatever's left.
They wet their beak.
They have a formula they use.
Sure.
But 85, 90, maybe 90% goes to the schools, and I think the state guarantees the schools. But we had a issue a few years ago on just on certain industry. I'm not going to talk about that right now because I get people mad. But they, wasn't fair and equitable, and so we were fighting the assessors. We go to legislation and we fight for our community and the schools. We represent the schools. A lot of administrators don't understand that, but we do, because what we do helps them, and but anyway, I forgot where I was going now. Where was I going?
85%
of it, but it goes to the school. It goes to the school.
Because when you break it back down, I mean, if you get Mickey and he breaks down what the county actually, like road and bridge,
the county gets very little. Very little. We run our government on very little, and we do. And I want to say this about Mickey. He has been a fantastic judge, and he has guided us. We've all worked together, and he's guided us, and the county is in great shape, very good shape.
Are there any properties within the state that are tax exempt from property tax?
Yes.
What
Government,
would that be an example?
churches, anything nonprofit. Now you can be a nonprofit and still have to pay but and I'm the one that gets to decide that. But you have to be open to the public, free of charge. Yeah.
And that's the big caveat.
Yeah. Has to be open to the public, and it has to be available to everyone. Just like we have what is the name of the history for Baxter County
Historical
Society. They came to me and wanted to be exempt from taxes, and I said, okay, what are your hours open? Well, we don't know that. I said, you have to set those hours on the front of your building, and it has to be open, and it has to be free to the public.
And you have to make sure that there's somebody there to
be there.
Right.
So,
and a lot of the stuff is set by the state, like the forest and farmland, things like that. That's all set by the state.
Ag values, those
and
are all set by the state. Even our personal property, the vehicles, the state uses a agency that collects market value, and they give those, and we download it into our system. If it's not there, we have to use bill of sales and what they paid for it, and we do it that way because that's the only way we can. If it's brand new and they're not got it in the system yet because there's not been a market for it yet.
That way every county has the same values across the state, keeps everything equitable.
Fair and equitable.
And probably what your bunch is seeing across the county is if Farmer John decides he's going to take this 40 acres of timber, which is a lower tax rate, and turn it into 40 acres of hayable ground, and that's a much greater tax rate.
The timber and cropland, all of those are reduced rates across the state, and the assessment coordination department out of Little Rock gives us the rates for the agricultural, but it's
like $125 an acre.
Yes.
Yep, there is a difference between timberland and
pasture land and cropland
versus cropland and such.
Yes.
When you're selling your house, we have people that come in, and if you've got acreage, okay, and you come in and they'll go, oh, you have my house way too low appraised. Well, it's not. We're talking about taxable appraisal, not market appraised. And we say that sometimes, like if it's in the house lots or things like that, we're really close. But if there's a lot of acreage with it, that value we have to put on it because the state gives $125 or $100 an acre is so much lower than what you can get for it in the market. So you don't look at our appraisal to sell your house. Go to a realtor.
Go to a realtor or call an appraiser.
Well, and that's part of it. And then also when you do have a home that's on acreage, they break out the house in what is it, 5 house in 5 acres.
Anything over 5 acres
to
is ag.
assess your house, and then the rest of it is ag.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's something that.
Anything else you'd like to close with? We got about 20 more seconds.
No. Just when you get your new, half of the county will get notice of increases this year. If you get it, don't get all upset. If you have a problem with it, you give us a call. We will talk to you about it. We'll do everything we can to help you understand what's going on. Okay. We're not your enemy, so be nice.
They are your friend, and we need to go. So we will see you tomorrow.
Thank you.